Daughter, I was just telling this gentleman... I'm sorry, sir, but I don't know your name.
Why, sir, I would not burden your memory with it.
I was telling this gentleman about Squire Sullen.
He was here until 3 this morning and has broken all the windows in the tap room for the 10th time, 'Tis
very true, sir. He spends but little time at home, though he be married to a fine woman from London this 4 years since. Her name is Mrs. Sullen. Let us drink her health.
Your servant, sir.
Now, what will your honour please to take for supper? The world resides under my roof. Anything you please.
Have you any veal?
We're out of it.
A nice trout.
Sold the last of it this morning.
Have you got any wildfowl?
No. I've got a delicate pair of rabbits.
Fine.
Fricasseed or smothered in onions?
Smothered in onions.
We are out of onions.
Fricassee then, and when you're ready.
Yes, sir.
Now, tomorrow is Sunday. You can go to church and scrape what acquaintance you can there. I'll inquire in the kitchens as to what rich fortunes are settled hereabouts. But, Tom, have you remarked the landlord's daughter? She has already given me a certain leer of invitation, as the poet says.
I confess I have not.
Good, for she's my adventure in Lichfield, not yours.
The rabbits are on the fire, sir, and you shall be served presently.
Landlord, I have a small charge of money, and your house is so full of strangers that I believe it may be safer in your custody than in mine, for when this scurvy fellow of mine gets drunk, he minds nothing. And just look at the dog, stooped over there like a diseased rat. Here, Cyril, reach me the strong box. Oh, yes, your holiness. Oh, and take a bath, for God's sake. He takes one once a year. They scrape him with a knife, and he cries out, Lord Christ, I'm clean at last.
I deny it. I have lived with myself long enough to know that I am no daughter of his. My mother was a good, free-hearted, generous woman, as landlord of mine, for I think I can call him no longer, would betray his guests and risk his daughter's honour all for £200. I wouldn't do it for 500, or 8, or 9, 1,000 possibly. This in, that there is no advance that you are liable to make, which I have not fought off 100 times, and with these reflections carry your master's dinner to him, for I think he's angry.
Oh, fine, make love to you. Render me the formula, tell me what to say.
Well, then ask me a question about love and I'll answer it.
What is love?
Love is, I know not what. It comes, I know not how, and goes, I know not when.
And where does love enter?
Into the eyes.
Oh. And where go out?
I won't tell you.
What are the objects of that passion?
Youth, beauty, and clean lips.
The reason?
The first two are fashionable in nature, the third is a personal preference.
What are the signs and tokens of that passion?
A stealing look, a stammering tongue, words improbable, designs impossible, and actions impracticable. And since you are so bold as to furnish surmises about me, friend, I shall offer the same to you.
Was that my angel?
That you are no footman, and while you're in this disguise, I think I know too.
Steph, you are a witch in every way. Give me a kiss.
Well, it's no matter. I could swear on the Bible, sir, that you are no footman.
Oh, it's very strange, Mr. Gloss. I could swear on the Bible, if you had one, that there is something in your face that is more than a chaplain.
Have I twigged you, Mr. Martin, now?
Oh, you are very sharp, sir.
Now, Mr. Martin, why should we not be above board with one another?
Inchman, sir.
Aye. Two fellas for the work of the road, and the innkeeper here and his daughter understand me, so to speak.
Mr. Boniface and his pretty daughter.
Aye. Well, Shetty stores the goods, and the landlord tells us the news of the road.
I have been abroad, seen much, believed little. I've seen mountebanks disguised as doctors, speculators disguised as men of finance, pickpockets as attorneys at law. But never before have I met a highwayman disguised as a man of the cloth. Now there's a stratagem for you. Does not the poet say, disguise thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much? But who am I to cast the first stone? Who does not wear the mask and apply the makeup? Now, look you. I am disguised as a footman at present. Aimwell as a gentleman, Cherry as a maid. But Mr. Gloss, by his disguise and villainy, means to violate some household and take the jewelry, plate, and cash. Can I, in good conscience, stand by and watch such knavery merely to preserve my own pretense? No, it cannot be. The world must be saved from its own inclinations. Oh, and so my plan is this. I'll say yes to the villain and approve his script, but only until the 11th hour, with, like young Prince Hal, breaking through the foul and ugly mist of vapors. I'll expose his treachery, save the day, rescue the innocent, and gain the undying love of the handsomest woman in all Staffordshire. And where is that woman, say you? Is it Cherry, the landlord's pliable daughter? No. Have we met her yet? No, but rest assured she will turn up. For in a comedy, as opposed to life, the ending of the play is never in doubt. The only question is how we get there.
It's not every day we have a phlebotomy, Scrap.
No, milady, your phlebotomies are becoming monstrous rare. Oh, and good Menage is here again.
Ah, that will be the pepper poultice, I think. Daughter-in-law Sullen, you must come see me make a poultice. It's the most diverting sight in the world.
To tell the truth, madam, I could not rise from this child. It's an amputation, for all the pleasure in it. Look at you, sister.
These Sunday delights are become so frequent here that the edge of pleasure is somewhat dulled.
Now, Scrub, you have not forgot anything. The vinegar, the flour, the bone saw.
Do not your patients object a little to the sawing of their bones?
I only use it in extreme cases. Leprosy, gangrene, severe headache. Scrub, you have not one fourth the hydrophil binding we will use. And don't we have a delivery today? Where's that new head clamp? I'm most anxious to try it.
Makes one rather glad to have been born already.
Remember, ladies, men with fortunes may come and go, but a good head clamp lasts a lifetime.
Madam, I have brought you a package of news.
Well, come, open it quickly.
Well, in the first place, I asked who the gentleman was, and they told me that he was a stranger. Secondly, I asked what the gentleman was, and they answered and said they'd never seen him before. Thirdly, inquired what country he was, and they told me 'twas more than they knew. Fourthly, I demanded whence he came, and they told me that they could not say. And fifthly, I asked whether he went, and they told me that they knew nothing of the matter. And this is all I could learn.
But what did the people say? Can't they guess?
Well, some say he's a spy, and some think he's a mountebank. Some say one thing, some another, and yet everyone admires his beauty.
Scrub, listen. You must go right now and get acquainted with this footman. Invite him hither for a glass of ale.
Yes,
what?
madam.
No, 'tis the best plot in the world. As you drink with him, we will drop in by accident and ask the fellow some questions.
Madam, the dinner's upon the table.
Scrub will excuse your waiting. I'm over on your puck. Go. Look at you go. Swifter than the arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Madam, I shall.
Cherry, you're far too only on a work at a road. I am a man of the cloth too, you know.
Mr. Gloss, if your addresses are directed to me, I thank you most humbly for the honour you do, but you may spare your pains, sir. For I have the unfortunate inclination common to young women of wishing to marry someone more nearly my own age, or at least within 20 or 30 years.
20 or 30? Harky, I know you'll drift. Your fancy's running on the footman that's upstairs, but there's your own age, Minx, and highwayman to boot.
'Tis not certain, sir.
Not certain, zoons. 'Tis as certain as sunrise, madam, for your Mr. Martin is about to engage with me this very night to enter Lady Bountiful's house and rob it, Minx.
Lady Bountiful, Mr. Gloss, I'll not have it. Besides, she is my godmother. She has done me and all my family 1,000 kindnesses. Nay, I'll prevent it.
Ow, madam. Do you not know that any disclosure of this will bring you under the law also?
Mr. Gloss, I'll have no more to do with you. You shall have your presents back tonight, and I'll be no more the keeper of your stolen goods, sir.
You and I could not say that I despise him.
Alas, is not there the whole anatomy of a woman's soul? With half our heart, we'd expose their arrogance, heap ridicule upon complacency, and drive them in triumph on the sea. But, with the other half, Eve, mother of us all, we would have their admiration, play the fool for their flattery, and stifle our reasons we might believe their protestations. Oh, there's a warfare and a nature that only love can put an end to. And one more humiliation from this master footman, and I shall be his servant, in a bondage compared to which slavery itself is the freedom of a bird. Confession is easy, sir, when one has been found out. I'm your servant, sir.
Madam, if we are impostors, give me 1 day, 1/2 a day, to show we meant neither harm nor mockery here. Oh, madam, your husband is coming.
Brother Martin! Why, where you've been hiding, brother? Oh, and there's my wife. God's name, you've all been hiding.
Sir, you're drunk. Now I'll take my leave.
Wife, this man is my brother, and he's your brother too. You must treat him kindly and give him a kiss.
I have treated him kindly, as I think he'll vouch for. And now I'll take my leave.
Promises or no, I'll break every chair and table. Brother Sullen, I'll pull down the house, yes or no?
My love, stop shouting. Since you wish it, I shall kiss your brother for you. Sir, your cheek. So much to save a broken chair.
Will this for the table, madam?
Oh, this for the brick front.
Why, what's a house without friends?
Thieves! Robbers! I'll not have it! I'll not be so abused! Are you the master here or no?
Nay, mother, but you must be my brother.
You, sir, are no Lord Robert Aimwell. Daughter Sullen, you know Lord Aimwell as well as I do. Impostors! Rogues! Explanations! Lies! I'll have none of them! God's breath! I'm the kindest woman in Staffordshire, but I'll not endure rogues! Scrab! Call the dog.
Rest assured, Cherry, he will receive enough corrections. If he comes here tonight, I shall use this pistol with the best discretion, as a warning only. It shall not be fired. My father taught me all there is to know of guns. With this little latch upon it, just so, it cannot possibly go off. Well, if he does show up, God help him!
Don't stop it! Oh, mother, he has my hand and he squeezes it and master! Jack! Would you stop it? That wonderful girl, how I hate deceiving her! Odds my life, you're such an amorous puppy! You can't counterfeit a manly passion without feeling it. I am in love with Dorinda and would move mountains for her. I'm glad on it, for she fits our bill to the last degree. Fair of face, finely figured, of gentle nature, and rich enough to make the other attributes irrelevant. She is Aphrodite herself, arising from the sea. If you say so, that's fine. Of Troy, come back to life. I'll take your word for it. Fair Hippolyta on her way. All right, enough! Whatever you please. Never be Artemis, Callisto, and the Gorgon Medusa rolled all into one. And when you finish with the Greeks, you can start on the Romans. Anything to deliver us from sauntering away our evenings at a London club and be stinted to even look at a pack of cards because our impotent pockets can't afford us a guinea. But now's the time to prevent all this, to strike home while the iron is hot. Of course it is, if she'll ever see me again. Jack, we need a plan, a stratagem to get us back into the graces of the old lady.
Boss, don't dawdle! Stay your stumps, I say!
Someone's coming. Let's continue upstairs.
Tis no matter, I can live without him and drink alone.
I shall be happy to share a bolter with you, but over it we shall discuss your wife.
I'd rather we discuss the tinker's wife or anybody's wife. Just not my wife, sir. She's a Gorgon, sir, a Tartarus Scot. Except the Scots love their liquor, I
And they love their wives, too.
Liquor and wives, the twin pillars of oblivion. With one you drown yourself, and the other drowns you. Go, bring us a bottle. Sir, you shall dine with us tomorrow at lunch, and you shall meet my wife.
I know your wife already, sir. She's my sister.
God's blood, I can see it there in the tilt of your nose. Oh, and that jaw like an angry beaver. Oh, how pleased you must be to be rid of her.
On the contrary, sir,
I want to guts fall out. Oh, vivisectum from the neck downward! You think I drink too much, don't you?
No.
Well, you're right. But how would you feel if you were married to my wife? You see, getting married is easy enough. It's staying married that's the tricky part. What's so difficult about marriage? Everything. Do I believe in it? No. Why did I get married? Stupidity. Why do I stay married? Stubbornness. So here's my catechism on the married state. Men, if you try to please a woman, you are doomed to failure. You may as well stick a cork in a volcano. It may quiet the monster down, but the explosion is coming and you should stand aside. Women, if you have any doubts about the man you are to marry, say no. Don't do it. Unlike wine, men do not improve with age.
What? Which I have wrinkled out by that horrible man, that rogue, that vagabond who called himself Lord Robert Aimwell, imposed on us in such a deceitful manner. It just took a little logical thinking, the power of science. Oh, look how it's upset dear daughter Sullen.
I shall be all right.
Good. Because I believe now, I'm positive, that this supposed Lord Aimwell has designs on you, my dear.
Me?
Yes! Did you not hearken to how he spoke to Dorinda, saying angel in paradise and other such nonsense? Well, it was a subterfuge, I'm sure of it. He was pretending interest in Dorinda in order to cover his pursuit of you.
Madam, I feel you're mistaken.
I tell you, I don't trust the man one speck. Jot. 1 gram. He reminds me of exactly the sort of patient who will not cooperate. You offer him your finest medicines, your newest treatments, your best attention, and next thing you know, he's lying there dead on a table.
Enchanting. Eyes bewitching, knees and broad.
Hello, madam, please!
My daughter is dismissed. Good day, sir. A man or devil?
A man, madam, now put that down. Go be careful!
What do you think you wrote, sir? To woo me in a dark night and to make love to me?
No, madam, I want you to...
You want me? How dare you? Do you think Mr. Wardrobe Creature would likely toss aside a wedding vows upon flirtation when the name of wonder whence came ye?
I came through the window, madam, but only to warn you...
I may feel things, sir, a million things in my heart and in my breast, but I cannot go beyond the bounds of natural pride and moral decency.
Well, yes, of
I am
course.
a woman without my sex. The love to all the wishes of tenderness, sighs,
No, madam, if you would please be listening, madam.
Oh, no.
Are you hurt?
No, thanks to you. Now, quiet down, you'll raise the house and ruin my trap.
Oh, God. So that's all your intentions?
No, not that.
I wake the dead before I bear this. Believe me, sir, I would go to you if I could, and you two cannot build on that. For
it's not that I would...
hatred follows if you do something like a manjuna, and you must be entirely
Madam, would you please stop talking and listen to me? Murder!
You old!
Turn this way, villains! I durst engage an army in such a cause.
But you're a villain, sir. You came here this afternoon under false pretenses.
I came to see your daughter.
But she is married, sir.
You are?
No, not me. My sister-in-law.
Oh, well, I'm not in love with your sister-in-law. I'm in love with someone far lovelier.
Really?
Yes.
I wish someone would tell me what's going on around here. Oh, if only I had a sword to help this brave man. Well, there's 3 or 4 in the hall, but they won't draw. I will find something with a point to it.
Thanks. Good at this.
I studied fencing as a child.
What? Shall we kill the rogues? No, we'll bind them. Oh, good. Madam, lend me your garter.
The devil's in this fellow. He fights loves and banters all in a breath.
Is all well here?
Well, Scrub, have you secured your tartar?
Aye, sir. I bound him hand and foot and mouth.
Pray, sir, carry these gentlemen to reap the benefit of your experience.
Come on, you smiling cutthroats.
Aimwell.
I had no chance to atom. I would have done my worst, I swear it. All is well.
True, madam. And yet,
wounded.
How? Wound?
Oh.
I hope, sir, you have received no hurt?
None but what you may cure.
Let me see your wound, sir. A dreadful gash on my honor. You must have been at once, sir. We may have to operate. Squire, prepare my instruments! It's an amputation! A dream come true!
Come, madam. I began this campaign beating the drum of commerce, but then my heart was captured, and the bold tattoo turned lovingly into a minuet, which now threatens to become a waltz danced by a besotted suitor. I hate myself for falling in love. Was there ever a more pathetic creature on this earth than a man in love? I think not. You can tell such a man at a glance. His lip hangs like torn curtains. His eyes bulge with expectation. His nose is red from drinking too much. His fingers twitch from writing sonnets. He neglects his dress.
No.
He shuffles instead of walking. And when he thinks about the wedding night, he turns yellow and stops breathing. Have I become such a vile specimen? I think I have, but God help me, it's Kate who's done it. And so I march into hell a willing victim of my own defeat. And yet the wench is married. What can be done? And unless Aimwell has made good use of his time and said his adieus to the parson, then all our fair machine goes south into the sea, like a shipwreck. If this were a play, we'd be nearing the climax. As 'tis, we can only hope for the best.
Wait! Matchless honesty. Once I was proud of your wealth and title, but now I'm prouder that you lack it. Parson! Come back, Parson!
Parson!
Marry us, sir, please, this minute!
Sir, enfin, you changed your mind, huh? And now you need to fuck out. I am not surprised. Everybody needs to fuck out, but no one ever say hello, goodbye, like a that bitch.
Truly, spouse, as pity me at it, cannot these two gentlemen interpose?
And how came these men here, eh?
That is way of returning thanks, you should know.
I told you earlier, sir, that I wanted you to deliver your lady to me.
Humph. What do you mean by humph, sir? You shall deliver her. We have saved you and your sister and your mother. And if you are not civil, we'll unbind the rogues, join with them, and set fire to your house.
All things must move by consent. Let my husband and I talk the matter over, and you shall judge it between us.
First, let me know who are to be our judges. Pray, sir, who are you again?
I am Sir Charles Freeman, come to take away your wife.
And you, good sir?
Thomas Viscount Aimwell, come to take away your sister.
And you, pray, sir? Jack Archer, Esquire, come to take my mother away, I hope. Gentlemen, you are heartily welcome, and now, my dear, you may have the first word.
Fab.
Rib.
How long have we been married?
By the almanac, 4 years. By my count, 4 centuries.
And pray, spouse, what did you marry for?
To get an heir to my estate.
And have you succeeded?
No. The condition fails. 1 point to the lady. The score is 1-0.
Pray, madam, what did you marry for?
To support the weakness of my sex by the strength of his. Enjoy the comforts of an agreeable society.
And are your expectations answered?
No.
And what are the bars to your mutual contentment?
In the first place, I can't drink ale nor hunt with him.
Nor can I dance or drink tea with her.
I hate cockfighting and racing.
And I abhor ombre and piquet.
The silence is intolerable.
Your prating is worse. You're impertinent.
Never was so since I became one flesh with you.
One flesh, rather 2 carcasses joined unnaturally together.
Or rather, a living soul coupled to a dead body.
Well, this is fine encouragement for me.
Yes, my wife shows you what you must do.
And my husband shows you what you must suffer.
Seth, why can't you be silent?
So why can't you talk?
Do you talk to any purpose?
You think anything.
Point to the lady. That's 2-1.
We're not then a perpetual offence to each other, a gnawing bulge at the heart,
A frightful goblin to the sight.
a porcupine to the feeling.
Perpetual wormwood to the taste.
There's a thing on earth we can agree on.
Yes. To part.
North,
South.
east,
West.
a divorce then. as the law calls it.
Oh, all right.
Wait! What of my sister's dowry, sir? Upon divorce, you must give it back, or she's left penniless without expectation.
Give it back? Oh, Sir Charles, you may love your sister, but I love her money.
Then you won't refund.
Not a stiver.
Oh, brother!
No, wait! Tell me, what's the portion?
£10,000, sir.
Why, then I'll pay it, on receipt of my 20. She shall have a dowry and do as she pleases. But look ye, madam, my sole intention is to release you from the bondage you find so detestable, that you may live as freely as everyone has a right to. You have no obligations. I want no thanks.
I'm not thank you in once.
No, never.
Nor feel the slightest obligation either.
Not a whit.
But may I fall desperately in love with you and stand by your side till the end of time?
Well, if you must, you must. Scott! Bring me a dram, my headaches. Madam, there's a country dance I heard the other day in Shrewsbury from a recruiting officer. Give me your hand and we'll lead it up. If a moral to this story must be found in this age of uncertainty, it is surely this. Disguise is human. It is how we travel. But find your true self within yourself is the only sure guide to happiness. Our couples here can attest as much. Both happy in their several states we find, those parted by consent and those conjoined. Consent, if mutual, saves the lawyer's fee. Consent is law enough to set you free.
Nice.